What I wish I knew about instructional design concepts. This is 2 professional development concept modules by Justine Littleton for February 19th, 2023. This is an instructional design concepts presentation by Justine Marie Nettleton for the School of Education at Liberty University. This is for Educational Course 633, Principles of Design and Management in Educational Technology and Online Learning. Our professor is Dr. Linda Marshall. I have no known conflict of interest to disclose. Any correspondence concerning this article should be addressed to Justine M. Nettleton at my email. Overview. The purpose of this video is informing educators of instructional design concepts. My key lessons are concepts on terminology, models in supporting the instructional design concepts. Desire for PD is knowing what instructional design means to the educator and to the learner. My insights: are you in your instructional moments effective and productive? The purpose of this video: know the concepts of instructional design. Are you ready? Key lessons. 2 modules, the first being instructional design concepts and terms, and the second models, ADDIE and Ensure. Instructional design, concepts and terms. What is instructional design? Instructional design is a tool to facilitate and improve learning through analyzing, developing, integrating, implementing, managing, and evaluating the educational processes and programs, while instructional design concepts are learning objectives, learner analysis, instructional strategies, along with content development, assessment, instructional design models, and feedback and evaluation. How about some instructional design terminology, such as anxiety, which causes the need for professional development, assessment, attention, attitudes, differentiated learning, diversity, creativity, grit and persistence, human-computer interaction, integration, imagery, learning objects. How about storyboarding and storyboard software and reinforcements? There is so much to instructional design terminology. A moment to discuss some learning theories. I'm just going to name a few of them that you already know. Connectivism, constructivism, experimental, Gestalt, informational processing, adult learning, anchored instruction, modes of learning, SOAR. There are so many different types of learning theories that we use in our educational systems today. Obviously, I know that you can study on this and learn more about the different theories that are available to you and those that would work for you. But not least, before we go into our second module, is instructional design models. For example, the ADDIE model, the Assure model, the backward design model, your cognitive model, conditions of learning. You also have your Kirkpatrick. Did I mention backward design? One of my favorites. The flipped classroom is another one, if I haven't mentioned it already. Instructional systems designing, Kemp design model, cognitive apprenticeships, and there's so many more. Hello there. Now we are working on Module 2, Instructional Development Models, such as ADDIE and Assure. Instructional design models provide guidelines or frameworks to organize and structure the process of creating instructional activities. The acronym ADDIE means to analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. The ADDIE process is still valued today. The analyze phase, we realize here or we study the instructional problem, and that is clarified during this time frame. We learn the goals and the desires and objectives of the client at this point. We need to know who our audience is and what their characteristics are. Are they doing this online, or is this blended? We need to know everything there is to know about what our client is looking for. The design phase, exercises with assessment instructions and instruments, content, subject matter analysis, lesson planning, and media selection. The development phase, we deal with developing and creating and assembling the content assets that were created during the design phase. We will develop and integrate our technologies at this point. The implementation phase is where we train the facilitators and the learners so that they can understand and develop what we have put together for them during the development phase. The evaluation phase is formative and summative, and it happens throughout the entire process of the ADDIE model. The ASSURE model. ASSURE is an acronym for Analyze Learners, State Objectives, Select Method, Media, or Materials, Utilize Media and Materials, Require Learners' Participation, and Evaluate and Review. For analyzing our learners, instructors need to know their learners, and the data should not be limited to personal information and demographics, but we need to know their general characteristics, specific learning styles. We also need to know what the instructors, the teachers, educators, what skills they have or don't have. We also need to know from that point the state objectives. Teachers teach by the state objectives. It's like a backward program, backward model, where they know what the state requires and then they go back and make a curriculum to fulfill the state objectives. Then we need to select the method, the media, and the materials that are needed to perform the strategies and technologies that the teachers will need to meet those objectives. From there, we need to be able to utilize the media and the materials to, again, meet the objectives, and we need to be able to make sure that the materials that we have selected do actually work. We also need to make sure that these are technology integrated, because today our teachers need to know how to use technology and digital technology for our students, for the global concern, for our global society. And then we also need to require learners' participation. With that participation, the learners can learn, the teachers, the educators can learn how to apply what we are teaching them in the professional development in order for them to take it to the classroom. Last but not least, evaluate and revise. We will be evaluating and revising throughout the whole process because obviously things do change, things come up. There are changes in the materials over time. There are changes in the technology over time and the media over time, and we need to make sure that we include those items in our program for our teachers, our educators, our trainers, in order to best meet their needs. Further insights. There are many instructional design models to choose from for creating professional designs. It's a great idea to learn a few of them, and the ADDIE and ASSURE models are great models to base your designs. Remember to consider your audience. Who are the stakeholders to consult? Where can you find the information you need? Join an instructional design professional group to continue learning, and keep evaluating, revising as necessary. Thank you for your time and participation in today's professional development. I hope you are blessed in your future endeavors.